Hello students, a very important concept for you, that is Tribonacci series. Students, before watching this video, my suggestion is to please watch the video of my video of Fibonacci series. Yes, you pronounce that as Tribonacci and Fibonacci series. So please do watch my video of Fibonacci series. I'm going to put the link to that video in the comment section. Then you will be having a better idea, and this Tribonacci program will be quite easy for you to understand. All right, please do subscribe my channel if you have not, and share it also. Students, let's talk about Tribonacci series here. The Tribonacci numbers form a sequence called the Tribonacci sequence, such that each number is the sum of the three preceding ones, starting from 0, 1, and 2. Means initial numbers are 0, 1, and 2, and the fourth number is the sum of these three. So 0 plus 1 plus 2 is basically becomes what? It produces 3. Students, when you look at this series 0, 1, 2, and what do we get? We get here 3. So n1, n2, and n3. I assume here I call them n1, n2, and n3, and we get here n4 as the sum of the n1 plus n2 plus n3. So here I've shown you three variables I'll take in the program. n1 initialized with 0, n2 initialized with 1, n3 initialized with 2. Students, after doing it, we have to write what? Sum of the previous three, means n1 plus n2 plus n3, and I'll assign this sum to n4. I hope everybody has the clear idea of this. Alright. One more thing you will notice here, that when I want to print the series, means I want to move ahead with the other numbers in the series also. So I need to change the values of n1, n2, and n3. Means earlier this was n2 and this will be now n1, this is n2 and this is n3. That's why we get a fresh n4, that is this one here. So earlier this was n1, n2, and n3 and n4. Now this is n1, n2, and n3, and this one is the new n4. So we have to change the values also, or update the values you may say, in order to move ahead in the series. And students, next thing is that we have to stop somewhere. So that is why this is the limit, this is n. How it can be implemented into the program? Initially, as I told you, this statement is going to be there to initialize n1, n2, n3, and n4. And one more variable is required, that is the limit, and that I am representing here through n. Now how the process works, I am going to explain it to you in detail, and it will be quite easy for you. 0, 1, 2, 3 initial values, n1, this is n2, n3, and n4. Now we move ahead. What this happens here, that n2 goes to n1, n3 goes to n2, and n4 goes to n3. Means we assign n2 to n1, n3 to n2, and n4 to n3, and we get the fresh sum that is due to this statement, n4 equal to n1 plus n2 plus n3. Same process repeated now. 2 plus 3 plus 6, that means 2 is n1, 3 is n2, and 6 is n3. We get fresh n4, that is 11. Now this n2, earlier n2 will be assigned to now this n1. This previous n3 will be assigned to n2, and the previous n4 is assigned to n3. That means now 3, 6, 11 have become n1, n2, and n3 respectively, and that's why we get the fresh sum, and that is 20 here. I hope you are getting it clearly. Very good, students. After that, I'm going to show you how many steps are to be repeated. So steps which are there to change the values of n4, n1, n2, n3, and n4 are to be repeated. So here you see n4 equal to n1 plus n2 plus n3. So the value of n4 will be printed on the screen. So that is to be repeated. And after printing n4, we need to change or update n1, n2, and n3. So automatically n4 will be updated. What we have done here, as I've told you, that the previous n2 will be assigned to this n1. Previous n3 will be assigned to n2. The previous n4 is assigned to n3. Now due to this, right, n1, n2, and n3 have been updated. Now next time again, this fresh n4 will be calculated, and this will be printed. These steps have to work up to a limit, and the limit will be compared with which number? n1, n2, n3, or n4? It will be compared with n4, because n4 comes at the end, okay, in the sequence of the numbers. Now let's talk about the program. Students, I need to first input the limit, so that's why I need a scanner class that is found in the util package. So I have to write this statement: import java.util.** semicolon. If somebody has written import java.util.scanner semicolon with the capital S. Scanner must be with the capital S. That's a class. So that will be uh, that will also be accepted. All right. After that, students, we have a class name is Tribonacci series, because that is called the Tribonacci is the correct pronunciation, sorry. Right, so class Tribonacci. After that, inside that there is a main function, and in the main function, students, there is as I've told you, I need these variables, 4 for the numbers and 1 for the limit, that is n. So int n1 initialize with 0, then comma n2 initialized with 1, n3 initialized with 2, and n4 is having currently 0, and then n, that is the limit, initial value 0, and semicolon. I terminate this statement with a semicolon. That's important. Students, you make a mistake that you put comma here also, or you put semicolons here. No. So please follow the syntax properly. Students, after that, we create the object of the scanner class. So scanner sc equal to new scanner system.in. Okay. Now after that, students, enter the limit. So n equal to sc dot next int. What I said, n equal to sc dot next int, that means you are inputting the limit to this limit of the series. Okay. After that, what you need to do, we have to simply have a plain print statement n1, n2, and n3 with blank spaces in between. So it will print what? N1 is 0, so 0 space, and then n2. N2 will print what? Will print 1 and space, and n3 is having what? 2, so that way 2 will be printed, and before that there will be space. So 0, 1, 2 are being printed, okay, through this statement. After inputting the limit and printing the initial numbers, we move ahead for the repetition of a certain process which is required to print the series. Okay, otherwise only these three numbers will be printed. So here we write here while n4 is less than equal to n. So n4 less than equal to n is a very important step, because n4 comes at the end and we have to stop if this condition is false. So in the loop, if I look at in terms of the loop, where is the test expression? This is the test expression here, students. And after that, I write here n4 equal to n1 plus n2 plus n3. Okay, now what happens here? 0 plus 1 plus 2 are going to be added, and 3 will be assigned to n4. And now we can print space is there and n4 is there. So in the same line, after 0, 1 and 2, what will be printed with a space? It will print the sum of the previous three, that is 3. Okay, after that, after means printing of 0, 1, 2 and 3, what happens? Values are being updated. So earlier n2, now it is assigned to n1, n3 is assigned to n2, and n4 is assigned to n3, means these are updated. Now what happens, students? Again, these values, because still it is less than equal to n, because I am assuming that I have given the input 20. Suppose I have given value 20, so still it is less. So again, a fresh sum of n1, n2 and n3 is calculated and assigned to n4. Again n4 is printed, then again the values are updated, and is move ahead like this. So I hope it's clear to you. After that, students, we close the loop, then we close the function, and then we close the class. And finally, output is here in front of you, students. Enter the limit is 20. So 0, 1, 2, 3 is being printed, 3 plus 2 plus 1, 6 is printed, 6 plus 3 plus 2, 11 is printed, and then 11, 6 and 3, that way 20 is printed. So I hope this program is clear to you all. Thanks everyone.